Hey, how you doing? Today is June 17th, Thursday. These are the books that I picked up yesterday at Torpedo Comics in Orange and Nuclear Comics in Laguna Hills. Hold on. Oh, yeah. It is warm here in the SoCal. And not a whole heck of a lot going on. Like allergies are really bad. Santa Ana's been kicking up. Everything's covered in dust, and forget it. But we're getting by. We're doing what we have to do. Even though California's on day 3, reopening, I'm still wearing wearing my mask in most places. I would say it's probably about, depending on where you go, about 50-50. Some stores still have signs asking that you wear a mask. And I was in one place the other day. I can't remember where I was. I was at Torpedo Comics in Orange. And someone came in without a mask, and they were told that they had to wear a mask. Now, Torpedo will actually, they have the those surgical masks that they provide people who don't have them. So that's cool. A nuclear, on the other hand, it's mask optional. So, whatever. Although I continue to wear my mask, so. But because people ask me about it, and I say, look, I'm going to see family in a couple of weeks, flying up, and even though they've been inoculated, I don't want to take a chance, especially with my, seeing my granddaughter and everything. I mean, it's iffy enough taking a flight, which I'm not crazy about, but I'll probably have more to say about that after I come back. And this is going on longer than I expected. I apologize for talking about that instead of actually going through the comics. These are in no order. Excuse me. Ooh, wow. Growing Coke. Don't tell. Miles Morales, Spider-Man, the Clone Saga, number 27. The only Spider-Man title I'm getting. New Mutants number 19. Part of the Hellfire Gala. And the only reason I'm getting that is it's the only X title that I'm getting. Supergirl, part of the Infinite Frontier line or imprint. It's the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, one of 8. I cannot tell you the last time I bought a comic that starred Supergirl. I really can't. I mean, it might have been after the Peter David days, but I can't recall. But anyway, I heard a couple of good reviews of this book. It seems to be doing Supergirl as Red Sonja in a way, for at least from the pages of previews that I saw, which looked kind of cool. So I'm intrigued because Supergirl is in space. She in crypto. We're going to go with Usagi Yojimbo, number 20. And if you haven't been following Usagi for years, you really should. I mean, Stan Sakai is one of the best artists. His storytelling is top notch. We got the Sumerian, which is, a Conan, as they say, uncensored. And I really enjoy it. And as I said before, it's really good because what they do is they do the tale, the story broken up in anyway 3 to 4 chapters, and then at the end of the book they'll have 2 or 3 pages of the short story on which it's based, so you can compare the two. We got Keanu Reeves, Berserker number 3. We got Doctor Who, Missy the comic. At least with the covers I've gotten, I think this is the first time that they actually have Missy, not the character, but the name Missy on the cover. When I got the first issue, there's no indication on the cover. She appears on the cover. There was a photo of the character, but you had to look inside in the indicia to find out the book's subtitle. This is Marvel. From Marvel. This is, if you can't tell, I can't. This is Venom, number 35. But it also Venom with the stupid, as far as I'm concerned, legendary numbering of 200. To explain that, for those of you who don't know, is I think it sort of followed when DC went and took books like a Batman detective and action and things like that, and went back and said, okay, this was actually, this would be, adventure number 1,000 if we had continued the numbering. And Marvel said, oh, we can do that, but we're not going to change the numbering. We're just going to put this legendary thing on that. So see, if this had been a continuing title, it would have been 200 issues of this. And I call excuse me, I call BS on both companies for that. Well, so it just makes cataloging a real pain in the butt, as far as I'm concerned. But what do I know? Okay, for Milestone, and fingers crossed that this time DC does right by the Milestone characters and creators and continues these books. But with the ongoing crap with DC, who knows? It's been my conjecture for a while that folks at Milestone should pack up their stuff and go somewhere else. I think it's obvious that DC really has no respect for the Milestone characters, and it's only, I think, a lot of the I don't know. I like to think I'm right, but minority characters in DC really have never done well. Most have been secondary characters. Marvel has a much better track record. And if you look at the other history of DC, you'll see that actually sort of deals with that. But anyways, this is the first issue. This is Static, Season 1, Number 1. I never figured out why comic books feel they have to do this season one thing. I mean, year one, okay, but season one, it's say, hey, look, if this was a TV show, but it's not, and it wasn't. Okay, I was confused by this. This is Norse mythology #1, but this is actually Norse mythology volume 2 #1. So this is a continuation of the first series. I think there were 6 or 8 issues of volume 1, and it's kind of cool because it opens up with Neil Gaiman kind of poking fun at himself at a signing. And finally, this is Represent issue 1. Apparently these stories were originally released on a digital format. Collecting issues 1 of 7 of the Revolutionary Digital First series. I'd never heard of it. Now I read some DC comics on digital. I have DC. It used to be DC Universe, and now it's DC's Infinite, which I subscribe to. I don't read it as much as I should. To be honest, I should catch up because it was mostly for the deceased stories that I continued it. But there are some other good stuff, and it's an easy way to look back at a lot of like Silver Age and even Golden Age tales from all the characters. But again, not to fail with this. New voices present relevant topical visions of social change and personal histories, some true to life, while others are semi-fictionalized accounts of real experiences. Okay. I don't know, but I'll give it a try. It looks like something new. And that is it. I went on way too long. I really apologize. Whatever you're doing in your state, you know what? Get vaccinated. Don't be foolish. Because it would really be nice to get back together at conventions and signings and things like that. I'd like to get back to the horror film group that I used to be part of, where we would, once a month we meet at someone's home, and then once or twice a month we would go to a movie showing together. I'd love to get back to doing that. And in between, sometimes we'd head off to a bar. So that is it for me. Take care of yourself. Do what you have to do. Happy Juneteenth. I'm glad I can say that. Peace out.